As we head into what looks like the final part of this bull market, it is essential that you manage your stock picks and stock plays more accurately so that you don't get left behind. But how do you find valuable plays, and how do you find where the capital is going to be able to make those stock picks correctly? Today I am going to show you some valuable knowledge as to how to go about picking stocks in this market to make astronomical gains. Hey everybody, welcome to the Tops. I hope you find value in this video. If you do, bring family and friends with you to watch, and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any one of our informing videos. I want to tell you that the Metaverse crypto coins are built up on market sentiment and hype. It causes about 90% of what happens in the market. We really are big supporter of Cardano for many months, and they had many months of substantial gains, and we judge the sentiment, hype, of the market correctly. If you are able to understand psychology of humans and their behavior, that will help you make the most gains in this kind of market. You don't really have to study the charts so much, you mostly want to focus on where the sentiment is moving. It's hard to sustain the hype, after all of the gains and contracts are moved on. It is truly hard for coins to sustain the hype to go further in gains. And the hype now went to other beginning projects, like Solana and Cardano. These coins have a strong communities behind them and dedicated forces behind them that are determined to make a successful product. And so now the major hype is of course circling around the hashtag Metaverse. Why is this happening? One of the major catalysts was Facebook changing its name to Meta. One of the ways to judge the sentiments is by using Google Trends. You can use Google Trends to check out almost anything from recipes to shoe sizes. So because of this Meta trend, it has sent a ton of Metaverse coins skyrocketing. Of course they did drop a little bit, but we certainly have a higher baseline. In marketing there needs to be several interactions with the person, about 6, before they are likely to purchase your product. And that can be the same in many industries. The more frequently you hear something, the more likely you ought to be paying attention to it and possibly even take action on buying. Already many investors are more likely to part with their money to put it into Metaverse projects because of this hype that has actually taken over the world. All of the nations are involved in crypto trading and in Metaverse crypto trading, which decentralizes investing as we know it. So, really, how is it that you find which Metaverse projects are important? How do we find where volume is going to be going? Spending more time on social media and news sites. Searching for sentiment and searching for certain terms, seeing what is getting so much hype. If nobody is talking about it, or very little people are talking about a project, it probably isn't going to do much. It probably won't gain much traction after the initial hype stage range. One of the projects that is getting hype is UFO gaming. It truly doesn't matter about anything about the product or project. What is the underlying reason anybody is talking about the project? It just matters that there is hype to keep the momentum going for the big price breakthroughs. You can go to several areas to find this sentiment and hype. Twitter, CoinGecko, Google Trends. When something drives up 40–50%, look at it, see what is going on with it. Has the hype passed? What's driving it to go up? You want to make sure that you don't just dump your current investments to chase after the pump. You want to look where the sentiment is going and see if there is probability that the projects will continue to climb while yours are dumping. If your coins aren't going up, reinvest. Don't get attached to these coins, because they aren't going to be loyal to you either. It is simply the way this Metaverse market is. Another great way to find these master coins is to go to DappRadar. Type in top blockchain games. See how many users are on the games to see where the sentiment is at. And there's another site called Playtoearn.net. It will help you judge the sentiment, it will help you judge the social engagement of certain projects, the backend, the actual user utility of the project. You can see that polkawars is up about 100%, SpaceZ is also at about 100% up today, so there is definite hype and sentiment around those two projects based on their usability. Look at all of these figures and then come up in your head your own sort of structure or outline of what as to what you are looking for. Include sentiment, actual productivity, actual users, people who are investing in these things. Judge the same thing on Twitter and then decide whether you want to invest in it. Now, of course, you want to also consider the market cap. What could be the next big sentiment? Look for the big brother to the current big plays. Like, Decentraland is huge right now. What could be the next Decentraland? So, look for larger cap projects, within $50 to $100 million market cap. Look for the sentiment. Do they have any partnerships with gaming studios? Do they have any land, or any partnerships with huge companies? You have work to do on the looking out for the key movements, if any projects are combining with other massive projects, and that's when they are likely to spike. The project known as Playtoearn. Playtoearn is the crypto Airbnb. But, it has the obstacles of the COVID virus that is plaguing the hotels and Airbnb. What does this mean? It means that the hype is following this product or company because there's a change in what we are evaluating and the level of evaluation, just anything that can be talked about, and that's what hype is. However, where the money is going, whether people are scholars or not or what is happening, you just need to understand human thinking and behaviors to understand this market. Looking at the biggest NFT crypto projects right now, you have to look at Bored Apes. Celebrities are buying Bored Apes and they are investing in Bored Apes. They are in their music videos and their TV shows. Because these are a form of status or affiliation with this unique, important club. And of course that is sentiment, hype. But, even if these influencers are being paid to purchase Bored Apes, which is what is happening, but it is actually maximizing the sentiment, it is working because it still adds to hype. If you do want to be successful in this, you do want to get to know all of these things, which you will give in some application. Look at crypto. Crypto caused its hype and it worked. It bought companies, changed its name to crypto.com, and that caused it growth, and so now it's an opportunity for you to take profits to make money because you followed the hype and understand where the hype is moving. And now FTX US. FTX US is going to be launching NFTs on the 3rd. But, most of the sentiment is still on Ethereum. Especially in NFTs. But, what is also really cool about FTX US is that they are not going to charge you for listing anything to make some trades and sales on their platform. It's an enormous feat given that it's so popular now for projects on Ethereum to charge all of those high fees, and users are paying high fees to sell or list NFTs. And also, before I forget, you want to check out the Crypto's Fear and Greed Index on alternative.me. And right now it's showing that we are in fear, and so that can be of course good and bad. But you certainly want to know about the Fear and Greed Index on a daily basis to help you have more information and that you want as much as possible. I hope you got value out of this video and learned something about sentiment and hype of the metaverse and crypto. If you did, hit the subscribe button. And that's all we have on our end, and we'll see you in the next video.